I did respond with, I'm not going back.
And I really wanted to stay because it was really good there.
And then the light said to me for the second time, Andy, you're going back. And I said, no, you don't understand. I don't want to go back into that body. I don't want to go back on Earth. I'm home here in the light. And then the light said for the third time, Andy, you're going back. And as soon as I heard the K from the back, I was pushed back into my body, filled with pain and anxiety. And during all of that process, I was now on the beach, and my friends were pushing the water out of my lungs, and I was coughing the water out, and I was completely conscious.
I came to in the hospital bed in Atlanta, Georgia, 2 weeks later.
But then I found myself suddenly in the hospital with 3 doctors hanging over me.
And the next thing I knew, I woke up in the emergency room at the hospital and said, oh my God, what happened? And the nurse said, you were in a car accident. And I said, that's not what I mean, because I wasn't supposed to come back.
And I was crying. And all of my classmates thought I was crying from the pain of drowning. But I was crying because I was no longer in the light. I was back in my body. I was back on Earth. I wanted to be in the light.
And it just seemed to go on for this timeless period.
Time was no longer relevant.
I felt myself being whooshed backwards, almost like being sucked backwards, back through the light, back into the tunnel, really, really quickly. This happened very quickly. Back out over the negative treetops, and just floating back as fast as I could go. At that point, then I remember the sensation of being back in my body with a thud, and I remember the sensation of my body being cold and very confining and almost like, bound, like I was bound.
It's like driving a car and you feel like, the tires are sticking on the road. That's exactly what I feel.
And boy, did it feel different. I mean, 3 dimensions, when there's not a lot of love, is a real difference from where I was.
And the last thing I heard from one of the nurses was, I can't believe that kid almost died. And I remember thinking as I closed my eyes, you have no idea what just happened.
I never wanted to be on Earth. I wanted to commit suicide. I was always dreaming about going back to the other side, because I knew how beautiful it was, how loving it was, and that's where I wanted to go. But I also know that I have a purpose, and there is a reason why I'm here.
It still felt like here I am in the world, and people are still mean to each other, and it's not that love energy that was there that felt like the heart of God. It felt like going back and standing in the middle of the heart of God.
Even though you believe someone is dead, that they can still hear you, they still know what's written on your heart, and that's important to remember.
And in that moment, I remembered that my soul chose to come to Earth. I remembered where I was before I was born. I remembered that all of our souls choose to come here, that this is a wonderful university, that we're not here by random accident, we're not here as victims, that we come here to choose, to study, to learn, and to grow.
It was like I was in this cosmic ocean, and I was a drop in this ocean.
We not only get to look at what we've done, we get to feel what we felt, and we get to feel how our behavior affected others.
What I remember is not the answers. I don't know of anyone who's brought back all of the answers. I don't think we're allowed to. But I remember that I knew this, and I said, oh, yes, of course. I already knew that. How could I have ever forgotten?
And here are some of the things I've learned from this. Your priorities change because you realize that the most important thing is love. The only thing is love. That's really the only thing there is. Except sometimes it's expressed as fear, the opposite side of it. And all that petty stuff doesn't matter.
It's like you tap into the universal database, that any information greater than the internet was right there for me to know simply by looking.
We all know that we came back with a mission. Most of us don't know what it was at the time, but we know we had one. And you spend a lot of time trying to figure out what that was.
I get to recall and relive every experience, even when I teased that girl in junior high because she talked with a lisp and she was big and fat. And I not only recalled what I said, I get to feel what she felt like because of the way I behaved. And I felt so bad and ashamed. God's response was again, neither good nor bad. It's a lesson for the learning.
I lost the perfect knowledge, as we all do, but I know that life continues, that we are loved. And I also had the gift of seeing this love and light all around in everything and everyone. And I believe that is what is really true.
There's a divine plan for Earth. There's a reason for being here.
Now I think my mission, and everybody's mission, is to be here in 3 dimensions, in this time and this space, and to hold the energy of the light of God. Just hold it. We don't have to do anything. Just hold that energy. And as we hold it, we help other people around us find that energy and feel that energy.
You are always here if you would only know it. Every one of us is always connected to and one with our source if we can get beyond our mind.
Humanity is changing, humanity is evolving, and this is the time. And all you have to remember is there is nothing out there to fear. You are a divine, powerful being. We all are. We're all part of God. We're all part of love. That's who we are. We are the heart of God. And we're here to bring that to planet Earth, to create heaven on Earth. And we can do it in love. That's why we're here.
We've just had an opportunity to connect with our source and learn that this life that we live is an opportunity that is in giving to others that we receive and become more valuable. Not what we get and have, but what we give.
Being in the light was being in unconditional love. Unconditional love means unconditional forgiveness. Unconditional forgiveness causes you to smile forever. That's the story, folks.